President Trump's recent social media post, quoting a phrase attributed to Napoleon, "He who saves his country does not violate any laws," has ignited a firestorm of criticism. The post, appearing at the culmination of a turbulent week, drew parallels between Trump's actions and those of the French emperor, prompting accusations of dictatorial tendencies. The timing is particularly noteworthy, occurring amidst a series of controversial rulings against the administration's aggressive actions targeting federal institutions and budgets. These actions, encompassing the seizure and dismantling of various agencies, have resulted in widespread defiance of court orders, including one mandating the restoration of funding to organizations such as the National Institutes of Health. The blatant disregard for judicial pronouncements has prompted several prominent figures to declare a constitutional crisis. Robert Reich, a former U.S. Secretary of Labor, forcefully declared Trump the most lawless president in U.S. history, a sentiment echoed by many who perceive a pattern of disregard for established legal and constitutional processes. Trump's justification, as presented in his Saturday afternoon tweet following a round of golf, rests on the Napoleonic quote, a phrase discovered by online investigators to have several iterations, including one featured in the 1970 film Waterloo. This cinematic portrayal of Napoleon depicts him as a ruthless leader who trampled over the French Constitution to establish his empire and pursue global dominance, only to meet his downfall at the Bata. The Trump administration currently faces a staggering 70 lawsuits nationwide, encompassing a broad range of contentious actions. These lawsuits cover issues ranging from the attempted elimination of birthright citizenship to the freezing of federal grants and funds, extending even to the unauthorized access of sensitive computer systems and data by outside entities. Adding fuel to the fire, Bloomberg reported a significant wave of dismissals within health department agencies, including the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This wave of dismissals extends beyond the health sector, impacting agencies such as the Department of Homeland Security, the Food and Drug Administration, the U.S. Forest Service, the National Park Service, the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, and the Department of Education. Critics express deep concern that this systematic dismantling of essential government services, particularly in healthcare, veterans support, and military and defense spending, will lead to a substantial financial windfall for private corporations, with some suggesting a connection to Elon Musk's business interests. Musk, the world's richest man and a staunch Trump supporter, has even been granted the status of special government employee and has openly advocated for the complete elimination of entire government agencies, a move legally impossible without congressional approval. This unprecedented level of influence wielded by a private citizen further fuels concerns regarding conflicts of interest and potential abuse of power. Senator Tim Kaine voiced his strong disapproval, expressing outrage not only at the government shutdown, but also at the actions of individuals he referred to as Doge guys, allegedly posting classified information online. He highlighted the unacceptable risk posed by allowing unauthorized individuals to access sensitive government documents and systems. The White House attempted to justify one controversial action, a renaming of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, by claiming it was merely a lawful geographic name change. This justification was quickly met with criticism, including from the Associated Press app, which highlighted the international audience reached by this agency and stated their intention to continue using the globally accepted name despite Trump's order. The reaction from news organizations further reflects the escalating tension. Axios, while acknowledging the use of the new name due to its primarily U.S.-based audience, asserted that upholding the right of news organizations to report independently is fundamental to a free press and a functioning democracy. The Atlantic condemned the app's decision to comply, arguing that capitulation would represent a surrender on constitutional grounds and that Trump's actions would distract from other egregious violations. The economic climate further exacerbates the situation, with rising inflation reaching 3% in January, contradicting Trump's campaign promise of swiftly decreasing prices. The looming threat of new tariffs on trading partners raises the specter of an international trade war, threatening job losses and further economic instability. The combination of these factors paints a grim picture of a nation grappling with a president whose actions are increasingly seen as a direct challenge to its core principles and institutions. The gravity of these circumstances cannot be overstated. The nation appears to be at a critical juncture, facing a profound test of its democratic values and resilience.